Greetings, this is Pastor John. Before I get started with the rest of the taping that I'm going to do today, I have a little history to say. During the summer and the beginning of the fall, I was in Texas with my son, which I thought was a fantastic time. But I mailed a box of clothes back to Europe here through the APO system. And they said it takes 7 days, and it didn't take 7 days, it took 5 months. But it was my fault. I put the wrong number for the APO number, and it went to Rotterdam instead of to Chevers. Now, I was totally legal in doing this because I had orders, so to speak, what they call orders, I guess, in the military, to be on the base and use all the facilities, which included the APO. By the way, APO, when you mail APO, it's 1/4 the price of the regular postal system on the whole. And as I was waiting, I would do the number that they said that you should do to trace your package, and all I could get was the fact that yes, it was mailed at such and such a date at such and such a place. Well, I waited and tried to contact via the internet, and finally, after almost 4.5 months, I called because I thought I'd given them plenty long enough to get the postage to me. And when I spoke to the people at UPS, they were really nice and polite and everything. But they gave me another number to another place, was the military APO people from the military, and they happened to give me the number. I think it was in Washington, D.C. So I got that. Then I got also the website. So I looked at the website, and they said, contact these people in case your postage, you can't find it, So I gave them the US, what was that number called? US Customs number, I guess it was, the barcode in the upper left of the paper. And they were very polite and really nice. I did the one at the Air Force because it was an Air Force base. He said, well, he wrote a beautiful letter, really nice man. I have no idea what his age is, but age doesn't have anything to do with it. But it's really nice in what he said, and he said, well, we will look into it. We will look at the different places that it said. And I had finally realized that I had put the wrong number on it, but what was going through at the Air Force base was kind of trying on me, we'll put it that way. And I was trying to keep my best face on during the whole time. And what happened was the man told me, he said, well, the APOs that are involved are Army APOs. So he forwarded my letter to the Army chief of whatever it was, of the APO for the Army. He got in touch with me, and he said they will look. And the APO that I put down was the APO in Rotterdam and not at Chevers. So what happened was, a couple days later, I thought, well, good, they're going to finally get this thing straight, and it's done, and my package with all the clothes will come, because I got really good buys on everything I bought. I mean, $40 shirts for $7 at JCPenney's, you're just not going to get any cheaper than that, and good shirts. This shirt and this tie are part what was in that box. So what happened was they informed me a couple days later by email that they couldn't find the package, that it wasn't at any of the APOs, and it wasn't at Fisher House. And I'm going to go through a thing and do a presentation on the Fisher House. It was just so fantastic, it's unreal. And I refused to accept the idea that my package was lost. People who work hard for their money before I left here in Belgium gave me money so that I would have expense money over there and whatever. And I refused to let the devil steal what I bought for me and for my wife. I would not allow the devil to steal it. And I prayed, binding the satanic effects, that this package would be found. And I know it sounds kind of stupid and piddly, but for a Christian, that's the life that we have. If something happens, we automatically go to prayer. Well, I went to prayer. And I didn't hear anything for a few days. Then all of a sudden, I get a letter from, I forget who it was, but it wasn't in the United States. I think it was from over here, saying they had found my package, that at Rotterdam, because I put Reverend Al Weeks, who was a friend of mine at Shape, I put his name on it. They didn't know who it was. It wasn't at the chapel in Rotterdam. I guess they've got a chapel up there. So they sent it to wherever the chaplains coming into Europe go through before they go to their assignment. And it was just in a closet waiting for Reverend Al Weeks to come to Europe. And somebody went up there and actually physically went from, I guess, Chevers up to Rotterdam to pick it up personally. So after 5 months, I have my package. I'm happy. The money wasn't wasted. And all glory goes to God, because He had His hand of protection on it. But I refuse to allow the devil to steal it. And that's a little bit of a testimony I have. And I'm just thankful that it came in. And I'm happy. It was almost like Christmas the other day at our house. So no matter what happens, keep the faith, keep praying, keep believing in Jesus Christ, and He will bring it to pass. Thank you very much.